Good day guys. In this video, you'll be learning on how to use the Pythagoras Theorem to find the length of its hypotenuse or to find the length of one of its legs. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so let's get to it. First of all, let's see in what kind of triangles can we use the Pythagorean theorem. In order for us to do and use Pythagorean theorem, first thing is it must always be a right angle triangle. Now, what do we mean by a right angle triangle is that one of its angle will always be a right angle. Right angle means that the angle would be exactly 90 degrees. So in this triangle, let's say this angle provided here is a right angle. Now, in order for us to use the Pythagorean theorem, it will be easy if we straight away find which one or which side of the triangle is the hypotenuse. Now, there's an easy way of finding which side would be the hypotenuse. First of all, we always have to find the right angle, and the hypotenuse will always be the side that is opposite to the right angle. In this case, this side would be our hypotenuse. And the other two sides, or the other two smaller sides, we would call them the legs, or in other words, the legs of the triangle. Now, keep in mind that the hypotenuse will always be the longest side of this right angle triangle. Now let's start a little bit and start using the formula in this video. So let's say I take the hypotenuse as C, I take the shorter sides as A and B. Let's say I take the hypotenuse as C and I take the shorter sides as A and B. What the Pythagorean theorem states that a square plus b square will always be equal to c square, in which c will always be the hypotenuse. C will always be our hypotenuse. Alright guys, now sometimes if you take a look at this, the triangles might not be exactly as we look like. Sometimes the triangle might even look like this. So in this case, in order for us to find the hypotenuse, let's start by finding the right angle, which would be this one. So this would be the right angle. And the hypotenuse will always be opposite to the right angle. Therefore, this length here would be our hypotenuse. Now let's say that I have in this question, I say that the length of the shorter sides is 3 centimeter and this side is 4 centimeter, and the question is telling us to find the hypotenuse. Alright guys, so in order to find the hypotenuse, what we must do is we must take the square of the shorter sides. In this case would be 3 square plus the other shorter side is 4 square, and this will always be equal to the hypotenuse square. So in this case, let's say hypotenuse is x, which will be equal to x square. And now let us break the square. 3 square will give us 9, plus 4 square will give us 16, and the sum of this is equal to the hypotenuse square. 9 plus 16 would give us 25. 25 is equal to x squared, and in order to find x, we must find the square root of 25, and we know that the square root of 25 is equal to 5. Therefore, the length of the hypotenuse would be equal to 5 cm. Now let me give you one more example here. Let's say I have a triangle like this. Let's say I have a triangle like this. Alright guys, and in this triangle, let's say I know the length of the hypotenuse. Let us say I know that the hypotenuse is 10 cm, and and one of the shorter sides is 3 cm, and the question is telling us to find the second shorter side. In order to find the length of the shorter side, we use the same formula here, which is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, in which c would always be our hypotenuse. It doesn't matter which shorter side we choose as a and we choose as b, as the final answer would be the same. So let's say in this case, I would take this side as b. So when we substitute the length of the side, we would have 3 squared plus b squared is equal to 10 squared, in which case 10 is our hypotenuse, which is opposite to the right angle. Now let's go ahead and solve it. 3 squared will give us 9 plus b squared is equal to 100. Right, guys? 3 times 3 is 9 and 10 times 10 is 100. In order to find the value of b, we subtract 9 from both sides, which will give us 100 minus 9. Therefore, we would get b squared is equal to 81. And in order to find the value of b, we got to find the square root of 91. Sorry guys, this should be 91. And we find the square root of 91. Now in some cases, we can leave the answer as the square root itself, or we can also simplify it if we want. In this case, it can't be simplified anymore, so the value of b is equal to root 91 cm. Alright guys, now if you want to see the proof of the Pythagoras theorem, don't forget to check the video that I'll be attaching on the end page, or also you could check the description for it. Until next time, have a nice day.